Hi, everyone. Today we are going to be discussing electric lighting design. Our learning objective is to illustrate for you some of the techniques and outcomes of carefully considered electric lighting design. When we're done, you'll be able to describe techniques associated with electric lighting design. And just to help ensure that you are aware of what we're building towards, our discussion next week is going to take you through a step-by-step process for crunching the numbers and performing electric lighting design calculations. I think you'll find that when I show them to you and how to do them, it's not nearly as scary as some people might have you believe. And soon you'll be doing architectural engineering calculations like you were tying your shoes. Okay, so here we go. All right, we need light to be functional, but it should also be purposeful, right? Don't just light a space. I want you to look at how to light to create or to support a mood, a scene, or an activity. So here we have a house and it's pretty well glowing with light here, right? Plenty of light for everybody. And you can see there's a bunch of light fixtures around here, around the soffit. And you can see the inside of the house has got a pretty good glow to it as well. Well, I can't say I'm terribly fond of that, right? So one of my favorite compliments was actually something that a client said to me when I finished their home. And what they said was this: we love the architecture of the house, but we can't wait until nighttime. That's when our home becomes truly special. And this is more of what I would like to see when we're doing lighting design, right? We're not lighting the space in order to cause it to glow. We're lighting the materials. We're lighting a piece of artwork that's hanging. One of the things I want you to notice here also is that look at how we're lighting this actually from below. We're lighting the wall from below. We want to accent this beautiful wood. And here you can see we're putting the light into a cove so that the light itself doesn't become a distraction on the ceiling. I don't want to see the lighting. I want to see the impact of the lighting. And here you can see an overall picture of the space with um, a dining room table, kitchen counter here. So this is actually one very large open space. And one of the things I think turned out really beautifully, as you can see right over here, is above the fireplace. Notice how the fireplace does not connect up to the ceiling. So it allows it to just kind of float past there. I think it turned out really beautiful. Okay, and here again, you can see some of the lighting in the hallway of the house. What I want to point out here is, once again, we're just using concrete wall, a board-formed concrete wall, which gives us lots of character. But in order to bring out that character, we had to conceal some lights high here in the ceiling in this hidden cove. And by bringing it in close, we're able to bring out some of the shadows and some of the texturing here in the material. And notice how we're trying to pull their eye down to the end of the hallway. And the light fixtures here, every one of them is pointed towards a piece of artwork, not towards the ground. Okay. All right. So think about where you want to draw people's eyes. In this picture, this is a home that I did. We did a home in Arizona and another home for the client up in Nebraska. This is the Nebraska house, the guest wing of the house. And I just want something that to draw their eye in and to pull them in with the bright color in the wheat field. Here you can see in the basement, we use a little accent trim that goes into the fixture that allows us to project an image onto the ground. This is their sports and activity room. And here you can see, I'm not lighting the floor. Once again, you can see light in the ground, lighting upward, and we're lighting the columns. There is one fixture right here in front of the door to light the front door. And here again, you can see looking in the opposite direction when you come out of the restaurant, we have something once again similar to the farmhouse right? Similar to the house in Nebraska, we're pulling their eye out towards the water feature. And then here again, you can see the columns are lit, and that allows us to be guided through the covered entryway. And there's a little bit of light on the structure above as well. So again, we feel enclosed, we feel framed in, but we don't have to have a lot of illumination in order to experience that. Now, what I wanted to show to you here very simply is the town let us do something which is in violation of their code. They let us put this light here underneath the tread, lighting the riser here at the stair. And the reason the town let us do that was because I took the time to do a mock-up and to show them what it would look like. So here are some of the terms that we're going to be using. So familiarize yourself. I'm just going to go through them rather quickly here. So one of the things we have is a switch leg. So a switch leg is when several fixtures are wired together, or even an individual fixture is wired together so that they turn and off as one. We want to be careful about how we do that. Accent lighting, so we're going to light artwork. Beam angle, how wide or narrow a beam of light. Cove lighting, right? We want to hide the light fixture and conceal it so that we're lighting up to a secondary ceiling. Daylight harvesting is when we've got some sort of controls that allow us to turn off electric lights when the daylight is on, when we're getting plenty of sunlight in our space. And a foot candle is the unit of measure that we apply in electric lighting design. Now, a couple of other quick things that I want you to take a look at. We've got a sconce, which is just wall mounted. Task lighting, so, we're working at our desk. Translucent material. A translucent material allows light to pass through it, but not a physical image. A transparent allows both a physical image and light to pass through, so we can see through it. And then, of course, uplighting, you saw that in a couple of the photos, lighting from the ground upward in order to create a dramatic effect. And this is some of the fixtures that we're going to be using. It's actually one fixture type, and it's got 3 different trims for different occasions. And I'll explain those to you as we go through them. And then, of course, we're going to be looking next week at the beam spread. This is actually the type of fixture that provides the magic. It's only 2 inches in diameter, but it has a series of mirrors that allows us to control the beam spread all the way down to about 7 degrees. And of course, we're going to look at doing an automation system so that we can control multiple lights or events at once. This is really the brain of the house. It tells the house what to do. And these are the modules that allow us to do that. So we'll talk through the computing system as you create your design and as we think about the strategy. But one of the things that we want to make sure that we are employing is this tool here, the 30-degree aiming chart. We will use this in order to locate the placement of our light fixture depending on what the height is. And of course, if the height of the artwork is higher, we're going to bring that in, that 30-degree angle somewhere back in here. In any case, and then of course we've got a not just a graphic illustration, but I put it in a table form. I always put that table form on my construction drawings so that my contractor has easy access and they can make the decision. And then, of course, we want to create lighting, as I said, which creates mood, but enhances rather than distracts from the background. All right. Next week, we're going to be talking about lighting design calculations. Particularly, we're going to be doing beam spread to determine the diameter of the beam of light so we can hit something like this 1,200-year-old sculpture here of the horse. And we want to look also at the calculations for the illuminance levels, in particular, the inverse square law, which is going to be used to help us determine the amount of light reaching a surface. If you've got any questions, give me a call or send over an email and we can speak. Until next week, have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, everybody.